Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score was 121-94. The Lakers got mollywopped in the second half of this basketball game in a way that I actually didn't see coming. Now, we did have a very good first half, just like yesterday, but then came out and matched it with a equally horrible as it was good first half was as it was in the second half, if that makes any sense. I think you get what I'm trying to say. We were horrible. To match how good we were the great opposite of that, the great antithesis in the second half. 36-32, first quarter. The Lakers actually won that quarter. 30-21, second quarter. We were looking great there as well. And then came the locker room second half demon. 31-20. They outscored us by 11 in the third quarter. And then the Mavericks went on a 37-8 run in the fourth quarter. I haven't seen a discrepancy like that in a long time. Lakers 37-8. And to the Lakers' defense, we were missing some players. We understood that. We were coming off a back-to-back, of course, so half the players I figured wouldn't play. There was no Bronny, no Austin, no Luka, no Marcus Smart, no Ayton. Of course, no Laravia as well. And then the other guys who are injured, who stay out, are not available tonight either. But you have a situation where Rui Hachimura came out on fire. 9-18 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. Not great there, but his efficiency was great. He looked sharp to start the game. 19 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Jared Vanderbilt got kneed in the quad, I think, or something like that. So he left the game early, but he looked good before he went down. 5 points, 4 assists, and 7 boards for Vando in 13 minutes of play. Hopefully he'll be okay. I don't expect to see him anymore in the preseason. Jackson Hayes had a good first half, 25 minutes of play, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line for a double-double, 10 rebounds, 12 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. He also had a block in there as well. So this is a really good Jackson Hayes stat game. And he was part of the good stuff that was going on out there. Gabe Vincent had a fantastic first half. Of course, we talked about it in the halftime video that we didn't want him to overshoot in the second half because he was really the only thing we had going to run the score up was his hot shooting. 6 of 11 is what he ended up with from behind the arc. But, yeah, it didn't work out. It was exactly what I was concerned it would be. He went out there and overshot trying to keep up with the hot shooting of the first half, and it didn't work out. He's not that person. So, yeah, it was a good first half, but a tale of two halves. Role players will roll, man. Dalton Connect, his shooting night was not good, but he helped us in other areas, for which I was really pleased with. He was a minus 25, not good. 8 points, 2 turnovers. All right, that's the bad. Even worse, 3 of 11, or rather 3 of 12 from the field, and 1 of 9 from the three-point arc. So that's really bad, okay? The shooting was terrible, but he had a steal. He had 7 assists and 8 boards. And so the way I see it, when you're in a bad shooting slump, it is what it is. The shooting numbers are likely going to suck. But if you can get me stats in other areas, particularly assists and rebounds, you can salvage your situation. And while working on these areas of his game in this slump, when he comes out of this slump, he'll be a significantly better player because he's overall found other ways of helping his team win. So I think he's going to be fantastic if he continues to approach his slump this way, to try to attack other areas in the box score and make sure that he does his best. That way, when the shooting numbers look terrible, you also look at the other stats and say, okay, well, this is someone who helped the team. He didn't just go out there and brick shots. And so I like what I saw from Dalton in that regard, but the shooting numbers, you know, they are what they are. They are what they are. It's a bad slump. Anton Watson, 2 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, a minus 24. 0-2 from the 3, 15 minutes of play. I thought he was put in some tough spots out there, but, you know, I was sitting there watching his minutes, and I just, I think it's going to be tough, man, as far as a guy like that trying to make the team when a lot of bad stuff happened while he was on the floor. I just felt like tonight was just kind of one of those where bad things happened while he was on the floor. I don't think he was that bad, but he was just kind of out of place, and it showed. Christian Coloco, 1 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 blocks, 4 points, 1 assist, and 7 boards. I've been liking how he's been attacking the glass in this preseason. He's been frustrating his teammates a little bit based on what it is I'm looking at, just because he doesn't really catch lobs that well. He's not really a go-to guy that kind of catch passes in the paint. They're trying to get him some of those more traditional offensive center looks, and he's not an offensive center. So, yeah, it gets a little frustrating, but ultimately I think he does what you want him to do out there. Rebound the ball and block shots. Be a big body out there and just keep 50-50 balls alive. And so I love what I saw from Coloco in both of these games, today and yesterday, in that regard. He just came in and filled in his role very well. So keep crashing the glass is what I tell him. We need that from you. RJ Davis, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Another very solid showing from him. Rather efficient shooting. Got him where he fit in, man. I like the shot selection overall. I like what he's been able to accomplish. I'd like to see more good happen while he's on the floor. Minus 25. He was in a tough lineup. That lineup was not having any success against Dallas in the fourth quarter, but it was what it was. I didn't think he was a big part of the problem. Nick Smith Jr., 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from the 3, 8 points, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 assists, and 4 boards. He's raw. He's raw out there, man. I like to see the 3 ball fall a little bit. 2 of 6 is a little much. The aggression isn't bad. The efficiency isn't there. It's a young player. Overall, though, I like what he was trying to accomplish out there. I like the idea of what he was trying to do, but his playmaking is going to have to grow a lot. He's going to have some G League minutes. He's raw out there, and the decision-making is just not where it needs to be. I don't think he knows just how to win. I think he understands how to produce, but there are ways to protect against losing while trying to figure it out, and that is something that I think as a point guard he's going to have to figure out soon if he wants to make it with the Lakers. He's got to learn how to turn some of this aggression into efficiency, and I think we have the makings of a nice player there, but I think there are going to be some serious growing pains trying to develop him, and I think we saw glimpses of both tonight. So overall I'm happy he's here. I'd like to see him play better, but I think that'll come. I think that'll come with more reps and more experience. So, yeah, that's what it is there. Williams, number 50. His name is Nate, right? Yeah. He had a pretty solid box score tonight. Let's see. 4 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, and 2 boards. 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 27 minutes of play. Minus 30, the worst on the team. Not so good things were taking place while he was out there, but I do like the stocks. Trying to just get in where he fits in, man. It would help if he could hit a 3-point shot when he's found, but nobody's perfect out there. He's a wing doing the things you want to see wings do as it pertains to helping you on both sides of the floor. But anybody who played in that lineup, that bench lineup, just got slaughtered, man. It was what it was. And you see these negative plus minuses that are glaring in comparison to other players, and you just understand it was the tale of two halves. It was a tale of two lineups. One lineup was pretty damn productive. The other lineup was awful, really awful together. And, they're just young players, who are trying to figure out how to play with one another. And they ran into a Dallas team that didn't have that problem. In fact, Dallas had all 5 of their starters in double figures. Anthony Davis had 18 points, 2 assists, 9 boards, plus 14 on 7 of 15 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3. just 32 minutes of play, but Anthony Davis was definitely helping his team to say the least. PJ Washington, 13 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds, a +6 there. 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3 in 28 minutes of play for PJ. Cooper Flag, 5 of 11 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line for 13 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds for Cooper Flag. It was good to see the future Flag out there balling for the Mavericks. I don't know how they got the first overall pick, but he's there. Derek Lively, a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, -7, 5 of 7 from the field, and 2 of 3 from the free throw line in 25 minutes of play. That's a good line for D. Lively, a double-double guy. You know what he can do when he's healthy. The question about him is, can he stay healthy? But he's a definite go-to center for lobs and shot blocking and rebounds. He can even stretch the floor a little bit, so it would have been wonderful for us to have drafted him, but he was off the board by the time we came around. But we definitely like Derek Lively for our situation. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, +21. He led his team there, did he? No, it was a few guys with a +22, but he was amongst the good for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell looked great out there. +22 for him, 4 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 2 boards. I have my questions about Dwight Powell overall, but can't deny he looked great in 9 minutes of play in this preseason game. He looked really good. D'Angelo Russell, 1 of 4 from the field, 0 of 1 from the 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds for D'Lo. +11 for his team. Brandon Williams came in and just 3 minutes of play lit it up. Hit a 3-point shot, 2 of 3 from the field, 5 points, 1 rebound, and for a +9 there for Brandon Williams. Najee Marshall, no S's there. 6 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 of 8 from the field, 22 minutes of play. I thought he would look pretty good. Ryan Nembhard, pay attention to that young fella. I didn't mention how he went off for double-digit assists in the last game, and he came in and looked pretty good in limited minutes tonight. Just 12 minutes of play, 2 of 3 from the field, 5 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 rebound. But Ryan Nembhard, Andrew's brother, he is pretty good, man. So keep an eye on him for the Dallas Mavericks. He's going to try to carve out a role, and I have a feeling he's going to pull it off. Let's see, who else do they have here? There are a couple guys that really caught fire. Nembhard hit 2 of 3. Kelly, 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from behind the arc. +21 for Kelly, 4 assists, 5 points there. Jaden Hardy, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 7 points, 1 steal, 1 assist. So they just had guys come in and just be very efficient for them off the bench. While we were the opposite, more or less. That's what it was. So let's look at the team stats here. Shooting numbers are not great for the Lakers. 39% from the field, 34 of 86, and 12 of 41 from the 3 for 29%. Not great. Got to the line 18 times, much less than our opponent for a change. 14 of 18 for 77%. Meanwhile, the Mavericks shot 22 of 28 for 78% from the free throw line, 9 of 31 from the 3 for 29% from the 3, and then 45 of 89 from the field for 50% from the field. So they got to the line more, and they shot less threes, and even though the percentage of the threes they shot was the same as ours, we had 10 more bricks to their free throws, 10 more free throws attempted. So when you really look at it, it's easier, higher percentage buckets being attempted for them while we were taking the long ball shot and less free throws. So and not shooting well enough to make it make sense. And then from the field, we were bricking all over the place as well. So the rebounding total, 46 for both teams. We had 9 offensive boards, so there's 7. Um, we had 24 assists. At the half, if I'm not mistaken, we had like 19. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like we had like 19 assists, and I think we only got like 5 in the second half. The Mavericks had 30 assists on the night. Mavs had 11 steals to our 4. We had 8 blocks to their 3. We had 17 turnovers tonight, 17 points conceded off of those. Improvement, but you still don't want to give up 17 points off of 17 turnovers. You still don't. That's still bad. They had 9 turnovers and only 5 points conceded off of those, so that's where they were able to beat us for certain. 23 fast breaks for the Mavs, 14 for the Lakers. 60 points in the paint for the Mavs, 34 for the Lakers. So again, we're launching threes and bricking them. They're getting to the line, laying the ball up, stuff like that. So, yeah, they had a 29-point lead at one point. We had a 17-point lead at one point. So, yeah, our fourth quarter collapse was horrible. Our second half collapse in both of these games, back-to-back, has been horrible. And I think we understand at this point, 5 games in, that our team is meant to have our stars out there, not necessarily asking our role players to play those roles. They may be able to do it for a half, but overall, you need your Luka, you need your LeBron piece. Otherwise, this team ain't going nowhere. And I can't say that's something I learned tonight because we already have that understanding, but it was on display where you got Gabe Vincent going off in the first half like he's somebody out of this world, and he comes back in the second half, tries to shoot like that and can't. Dalton Connect helping us in some areas, but not in the area that you pay him to help you, which is to shoot the damn ball and make shots. Nick Smith, the young point guard, doesn't know how to win, but he's definitely doing a lot out there. It's tough, man. It's tough. You know what I mean? We got young players that are, trying to find their way in. Maybe we're able to give them an opportunity right now, but maybe that same role is not going to be available when the big guys come in. So a lot of what it is we're asking our guys to do right now are not even simulating the things we want them to do in the regular season, which is also something that kind of bothers me about this whole dynamic. And we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but I don't think it's anything the Lakers can do about it. You just got, you got to give and take what you can in this situation. We would rather run our role players lose preseason games than risk running our main guys and potentially win these games and then maybe also get them injured. So I get it, but I just think you're losing some continuity and you're kind of starting from behind as it pertains to production of other teams who have used their regular stuff a bit more in the preseason rather. So yeah, man, it was good to see Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis out there being healthy. That's great. Those guys are going to be on our radar all year long. We saw the chirping that their bench was doing over there, so I know they're going to try to make a rivalry out of this. It's whatever, man. Luka is the best player on either team. There's nothing anybody can say about that. We have the best player on either team, period. So if they want to, blame us for all of their problems, go for it, Dallas. We're going to hold on to Luka Doncic. That's what we're going to do. So all things considered, I like what our role players did. I think if they had their healthy dose of stars around them, their energy and what they provided tonight could have very much helped us win. But as long as those players are missing, even if these guys are playing well, they're still not going to beat anybody. They're not constructed to do that. So that's really what it was. I thought we saw some good stuff from Davis. I think we saw some good stuff from Jackson Hayes in the first half. I thought he was really good. Rui, first half, really good. Vanderbilt, get well soon, as if we haven't said that his entire tenure here as a Laker. Gabe Vincent looks great. I'm encouraged. I think if you throw Austin, Luka, and LeBron's production in there with what Gabe did tonight, you win by 30. I'm encouraged because our role players look good tonight. Without guys like Ayton and Reeves. These guys came out and they looked really good. Now, when we put other people in the game, things went bad, so be it. But for what you want to see, you felt like you could have won a basketball game against most teams if you had your guys out there. So I think that's how you have to try to look at it. And you just accept that we kind of structured ourselves into a loss by making it so that our hopefuls were on the floor in the second half entirely. And so you live and die with whatever happens in that situation, and you pretty much structure it that way. So for me to be upset that we lost would be to assume that we actually tried to win. I don't think that we were trying to win. I think we wanted to put our guys in some specific situations, and I think we were able to get what we wanted out of that. So that's kind of how I look at this game. You never would have won this game, Laker fans. Just put it like that. But you could have learned a lot, and I think we did. Nick Smith, I want to keep developing him, but we can't think that he's going to help us win with the minutes that we're going to give him this season. He doesn't know how to win yet. He's going to produce, he's going to hit shots, he's going to wow people, but until he learns how to actually be on positive basketball teams, to where good things are happening while he's on the floor consistently, it's just going to be empty stats. And so I understand that with Nick. I want to continue to give him opportunities, and hopefully with the reps, he will start to become a plus basketball player, because the game is there, the skills are there, the dynamic ability is there, and so you just want to harness it into positive productivity on the basketball floor. So yeah, he's definitely a project for the Lakers, but I love the idea of him and R.J. Davis. They didn't look too good tonight on the floor together, but I love the idea of what they can be when they fully get into their own. They're both going to be ridiculous, and I'd like to hold on to both of those guards. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Some of the guys that I like a lot they were not a part of good lineups tonight. Dalton Connect, R.J., Nick Smith, they weren't a part of good lineups, and so majority of the struggling took place with them on the floor. But I enjoyed watching them play just the same, if that makes any sense. I would like Dalton Connect to find his confidence. 1 and 9 from behind the arc, it's in his head, man. It's in his head. But as I said earlier, I think he's approaching it the right way and attacking things that he can control and affecting the game positively in other areas. So, yeah, definitely a head case there, Dalton Connect, though. We got to be honest about that. His confidence come and go, man. But I think just as he's struggling right now, that same antithesis that I was trying to express earlier in a different conversation in this video is what I can say to Dalton Connect. For as bad as he looks right now, when his confidence is down, I think he's going to be ridiculously productive when his confidence is up. As in, he could be a guy that goes for 60 points. And so I'm conscious of that as I'm watching him struggle, to say there's an opposite to this, and it's that when his confidence is up, you can't stop him. And so he's one of those guys where it's all or nothing when it comes to confidence. We got to get him back into his swagger again. And so that's what I got to say about Dalton. Hopefully he can figure it out. I like the 35 minutes given to him. Keep forcing him in this preseason into those minutes, because that's the only way he was going to get anything out of this guy is if he gets more basketball under his belt. Same with Nick Smith. They just need more experience, these young guys. So, yeah, man, that's really what it is. The legends of Marcelonis and Magnon are still unwritten because they're myths. These guys are stories. They're books in the back of the Laker lore of guys that could be on the team, could not be. Who knows? I mean, they're ancient myths, these two. You know what I'm saying? I understand where Thero is, but where's Magnon and where's Marcelonis? And there's a few other guys, too, if I'm not mistaken. What's the other one who had the ankle injury in the summertime? Played for Georgetown. where are these people, man? So that's what comes to mind for me. We have one more preseason game, and I still have yet to see these young players. 7:30 p.m. on 10/17. That is our final preseason game against the Sacramento Kings, of whom lost Keegan Murray to an injury very recently. Hopefully he gets well soon. I heard he signed a huge deal today, by the way. 4 years, like $150 million extension or something crazy. They gave him a big deal. So, yeah, a lot going on with Sacramento. Of course, they're going to want to beat us. That game will be in our gym, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're the home team there. So, hopefully Vanderbilt feels great by the end. Obviously, Bron is going to be out well until November 14th, according to this thing. But, there's some guys we didn't see tonight. I'm pretty sure they'll play in that game. I expect Luka to suit up for probably one half of that game, and that'll be it. So, yeah, man, we're 1-4 in the preseason. Most of that is structured the way we wanted it to, so that we saw our hopefuls down the stretch of these games. Didn't lead to a whole lot of success, but I think our guys pretty much know what time it is as it pertains to who we can expect will be cut at this point. So, yeah, man, expect those cuts to be coming soon. I don't know if it comes before the next game or after, but usually they start shaving them off around tomorrow morning, so I wouldn't be surprised to hear of our first waving then. But, yeah, overall, I thought we were okay, man. I'm a bit speechless to say that I don't want to expect any of these tendencies to carry forward, because this is not what our team is. Our team is Luka, LeBron, Austin getting the majority of the touches. So whatever tendencies I think I'm seeing from this team, I just have to throw all that away to say that that's not what's going to be on the floor and making it the majority of what's taking place. And so all things considered, tendencies only matter but so much when you don't have everyone. So, yeah, man, that's really it. The Lakers played the Mavericks. First half looked great. Second half, we couldn't compete, and that's kind of been the story of the preseason. So, one more of these, and then the regular season starts up, and we'll see what we look like, man. Hopefully we can get people healthy. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. Wow.